Brazil is more than carnival, football, and cliches. It's a country of contradictions and of thinkers. Hi there, my name is Fernando Tyet.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tyet's channel. Today we'll dive into three major issues shaping Brazil right now. The detention of a former President Jair Bolsonaro, the recent movements of the dollar and the financial markets, and the end of US tariff measures against Brazilian products. I will explain each topic clearly, connect them to broader questions of sovereignty, and shape why they matter for Brazil's future. The Supreme Court has decided to maintain Bolsonaro's detention. This decision is not only legal but deeply political. It reshapes the balance of inside Brazil right-wing movements and raises questions about the independence of institutions. For international viewers, think of it as a test of how Brazil's judiciary enforces accountability at the highest level, while also influencing the political landscape. But politics is never isolated from economics, and that brings us to the dollar. The Brazilian real has recently strengthened, pushing the dollar down. Investors are watching both domestic politics and US economic data. Why does this matter? Because Brazil's dependence on imported inputs means that every dollar movement affects inflation, debt, and industrial costs. This is a classic example of external dependency. When the currency shifts, the entire economy feels the shock. From a sovereignty perspective, analysts like Humberto and Jones Manuel argue that Brazil needs stronger monetary tools and industry policies to reduce vulnerability. And speaking of external pressures, let's look at trade relations with the United States. Recently, the US government announced the end of tariff surcharges on Brazilian exports such as coffee, beef, and petroleum. On the surface, this looks positive. Brazilian producers gain easier access to US market, but it also highlights Brazil's reliance on external demand. This situation revives debates about import substitution. Should Brazil use this moment to strengthen domestic production, reduce dependence, and build a more resilient internal market? The answer is complex. Substitution is viable in some sectors like fertilizers, pharmaceuticals, and auto parts, but requires state investment, credit, and industrial planning. So, what ties all these issues together? Whether it's judicial decisions, currency fluctuations, or trade policies, the common thread is sovereignty. Brazil faces the challenge of defending its autonomy in politics and economics while navigating global pressures. For international audiences, understanding these dynamics helps explain why Brazil's debates are not only local. They are in the middle of a global struggle over dependency and independence. Well, if you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Tyet's channel. See you next time.
Tyet's channel, from Brazil to the world. Subscribe, think critically.